We all know the Sonic games, featuring everyone's favourite fast blue guy, and the franchise's focus on speed means that a racing game was, frankly, inevitable. But what if, and hear me out here, what if we got rid of the thing that Sonic is best known for, running, and instead, we put him in a car? Well, you'd get Sega and Sumo Digital's 2013 kart racing game, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. The title's a bit of a mouthful, but the game more than makes up for that in so many ways. My name is Artie, and this is my thing of the month. Let's get into it. Starting off as usual with the game's concept. Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, or so I don't die of asphyxiation every time I try to say the title, Sonic Racing Transformed, is, on its surface, a pretty straightforward kart racing game, in a similar vein to M&M's Kart Racing, Lego Races, or Garfield Kart. Oh, or Mario Kart, that one too. The gameplay loop is simple. Choose a race, choose a character, and go nuts. That said, there are a lot of bonus features here, big and small, that push this game beyond your average kart racer. The character roster, for example, has not only Sonic characters like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow, but also other Sega characters like Beat from Jet Set Radio, Vice from Skies of Arcadia, and Ai from Super Monkey Ball, on top of bonus characters that barely have anything to do with Sega, like Wreck-It Ralph and some of the guys from Team Fortress 2. The roster is absolutely stacked here, and most of the franchises included in the character roster have corresponding racetracks you can play through. Each of the characters is also made unique by their character stats, speed, acceleration, handling, boost, and all-star, which can be adjusted slightly using mods that you gain from leveling up the character and playing through the campaign mode. Speaking of, now, usually kart races don't have particularly good single-player modes. Even Mario Kart lacks much in the way of solid single-player content, instead just opting to let you play online or against the AI in normal races. Now, of course, you can still do that in Sonic Racing Transformed, but the game also has an extensive campaign called World Tour, where you do a mix of normal races, time trials, and other challenge modes. Some of the more unique of these challenge modes include Pursuit, where you have to destroy a tank that creates obstacles on the track, and Traffic Attack, where you have to weave in between cars on the track before time runs out. Each stage of World Tour has you completing one of these modes on a particular track, with difficulty ranging from easy to expert modes. Completing a level on each difficulty will net you up to 4 stars, which you can use to unlock more levels, characters, and console mods based on the Sega consoles, which provide a powerful bonus to a range of characters. I've 100%ed World Tour, and I can honestly say that I had a blast doing it. There were a few levels which grinded my gears a little for a variety of reasons, especially any level set on the Chili Castle track, the absolute bane of my existence, but other than that, it was a really well-balanced challenge to complete. Doing so also let me unlock Ages, a tribute character to Sega as a whole, and its corresponding console mod, which maxes out speed and boost in exchange for almost no acceleration or handling. It is incredibly fun. Whilst there's no plot to the campaign mode, unlike in Team Sonic Racing, which came out 6 years after Racing Transformed, where there was some semblance of a story going on, or Sonic Racing Cross Worlds coming out later this year, where apparently there's a story with fully animated cutscenes, Sonic Racing Transformed just has you racing for the love of the game. And honestly, that really works for something as arcadey as this. From what I played, it felt a bit out of place in Team Sonic Racing, and I'm excited to see how they implement it in Cross Worlds, but Racing Transformed's focus on making good, challenging levels instead of a weird plot is definitely a sacrifice that worked in the game's favour. Let's talk tracks though. Overall, Sonic Racing Transformed features 5 Grand Prix with 4 tracks each, as well as a bonus track and mirrored versions of each one. So, not heaps of tracks all in all, but clearly they were prioritising quality over quantity, because damn, are a lot of these tracks awesome. First of all, visually speaking, they all look great. I mean, every map is chock full of detail, and all of them represent their respective franchises really well. On top of that is the dynamics of the map. Whilst you race, the map will change around you. In some cases, that means new paths becoming unlocked, and in others, the map might start to crumble to pieces around you. This is by far one of my favourite features of the game, and it adds so much personality to all of the tracks, making them feel less like a static course that you just whiz around a few times before it's over and done with. All of that's pretty much visuals though. In terms of actual gameplay, all of them are even better. Every course, even Chili Castle, is clearly meticulously designed, with a lot of splitting routes and shortcuts that you can use to get ahead of your opponents. It helps that the controls are super tight too, with stuff like drifting and tricking being immensely satisfying to do. As well as that though, the dynamics of each map also means that the transformed in the title comes into play. While you're playing, you can pass through the transform gates to turn your vehicle from a car into a boat or plane, each of them having slightly different gameplay mechanics. All of that means that the gameplay, even within a track, is always surprisingly varied and almost never gets boring. Overall, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed is a brilliant racing game. Honestly, one that I firmly believe is even better than a lot of the Mario Kart entries. And whilst it's a shame that online matchmaking is dead as a doornail, I'm really excited to see what comes of Sonic Racing Crossworlds this September. Hopefully you'll see it here on Thing of the Month. With that said though, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and check out the website contentunavailable.net for the weekly blog. Until then though, I'll see you at some point in the future. Goodbye.